Hello and welcome to our. Is this our third or our fourth? I believe
this is our third. We've done Travis Scott, we've done Drake, and we've done the Lupe one. So this is number 4.
So I was right. And when you buttered in and said third, you were actually incorrect.
You were asking me, bro.
Okay. Anyways, this is big fan. It hasn't actually came out yet, so don't ask how we're doing this. This is the documentary 2 by The Game, and
this is movie magic. That's what it is.
Incredible. Okay, I'm not gonna get into that yet. We're gonna talk about the tracks. We got a track by track ready for you guys. Ready?
Yeah, let's do this, man.
Ready? Then
Brandon is ready and Alex is ready.
Track number 1, intro. It's an intro. It's just like your classic intro, people talking, some form of a conversation, but it doesn't necessarily seem relevant unless you were getting something I wasn't. No. Not
like if you're just listening to that, it just kind of sets the tone for the album. There's there was a confrontation almost.
Yeah,
sounded like.
I can't even remember what it was. We probably should listen. Anyways, nothing special, but I'd say it's important because it adds to the what's the word, substance. It adds to the substance of the album.
Yeah. Exactly.
Track number 2, this song leaked. I'm not sure if it was leaked or if it was dropped. This is the Kendrick one. This is On Me. Yeah. First thoughts. You can go first because I'm talking a lot.
It's super introspective lyrics in this one. It's Kendrick and even Game comes with some introspective kind of themes as well. I thought Kendrick killed it on this song.
Absolutely. Yeah.
As he always does usually, but I don't know. This is his type of track. And Game fared well, pretty good on this track as well, next to Kendrick. And overall it was a good kind of bouncy, fun to bob your head to kind of song.
Yeah, it was a really nice beat, and like it was the type of beat where it's not like a lot of beats are well produced, but not necessarily. I want to say catchy, but I have a better word for it. I can't think of it.
Bouncy.
But I don't know. But it was a dope beat. It was bouncy, and it was also catchy, which is like all 3 aspects of a really sick beat. And Kendrick killed it.
Good lyrics, I would say.
Well, you expect that from Kendrick.
Yeah, and even Game too.
I was more impressed by the Game's lyricism than Kendrick's. That's simply because Kendrick always brings bars, and the Game is not like bad by any means. Don't get me wrong. He's just not known for having crazy lyricism. He's just known for being the Game.
Yeah.
Which you have to respect. Track number 3, I have to check because I have a bad memory.
With Dej Loaf.
It's probably Dayloaf.
No,
Is it Dej Loaf?
Yeah.
Dej Loaf.
If you want to try me, that song. That's.
Also Shasha, who we can't decide if it is a guy or a girl. Presuming girl. But
sounds like a girl.
The first verse of the song was crazy. I'm gonna start it off like that. Can't remember what it was, but I definitely wrote it down. So great verse. Then the beat. That was the one issue we had with this. The beat continued from the previous song.
I think it was a better version of that beat, or just like it changed a little bit. I think in a better way. Overall, I think that it was a good song, and like one thing that caught my ear when listening to this is the Game really sounded like Biggie. Like you haven't listened to a lot of Biggie,
no,
like you said, but you should get on that.
I listened to a few songs. It's not like a lot.
Yeah, like he flows to me. It sounds like he's trying to flow like Biggie, like on purpose, and you're kind of supposed to know that. And I think he does overall a good job, but it wasn't really like anything too standoutish. It's not a song that I would naturally want to be like, hey, I want to hear that song again.
I do remember.
To be honest with you, but it's a good album.
I do remember the good album song.
Yeah,
but I do believe. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the one of the only issues I had with it was where at first the continuation of the previous beat was cool. I feel like a beat switch, which we actually got later on in the album, but a beat switch in this song would have meant a lot, I think, because it does get kind of drawn out, not necessarily boring. Kind of boring, actually.
It's boring. It gets boring after a while. It definitely does. It gets repetitive for sure.
Repetitive. That's the word I was looking for. It gets repetitive. But at first, it's an aggressive beat, right? So at first, whether or not you want to, you're gonna feel it and you're gonna vibe with it. But it doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't feel right for the entirety of it. You ready for the next one?
Yeah. Let's go into Don't Trip.
Don't Trip with Ice Cube, Dre, and Will.i.am. I like this one. This is in my top 5 off the album, actually.
Yes, same here. It was in my top 5 too. Pretty dope beat. The only thing I could say criticism-wise I didn't like about it was just like, I don't know, Will.i.am sometimes gets annoying for me.
Really?
His voice and just
Yeah,
the way he delivers is not always, fun to listen to over and over again.
Mm.
It's like the Black Eyed Peas,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Will.i.am was the most best thing and the most annoying thing on Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah. He was very well dressed though. And I guess you can't really tell that from the song, but he was. If it helps, he's a very well dressed individual. The fucking what about it?
The beat was dope,
catchy. I said that.
Yeah, it was hella catchy.
Apparently, it's not that catchy though, because unlike a lot of the songs in this album that I said were catchy, I can't actually remember this beat. But
it was a good beat.
He scratches his beard.
It was a good beat. I'm not sure who produced it. At this point, it was probably a collaboration between.
I mean, Dre's on the track.
Dre's on the track, but he usually likes to collaborate with other producers and beat makers. So, and Will.i.am's on the track, so it sounds like almost a Will.i.am beat. That's what I'm assuming produced this track. But
one thing I really appreciated on this track was when you put Will.i.am next to names like The Game and Dr. Dre. You'd think that Will.i.am is the one, the odd one out. So the intro of this track. Hopefully you remember this. They intro it by talking about Will.i.am, and they reference him at the very start of it. And
yeah,
and okay. I think that was a really smart move actually, because there's got to be people that are thinking, okay, The Game awesome, Dre awesome, Will.i.am this isn't fucking 2010.
Yeah,
I think
but it's also not the early 90s, and Ice Cube's on this track, and Ice Cube kills it on the song. I really liked his verse. This is one of my favorite songs on. I think we said that, but this I think was my favorite song on this album.
Really? This was your... Wow, that's cool.
I believe so, yeah.
I have a quote here. It says, "Made it out of Compton with a stab wound and 3 bullets." I just like that. It doesn't mean anything necessarily other than the fact that he made it out of Compton with a stab wound and 3 bullets, but I just like how he said it.
Yeah. This song is basically about Game's involvement or relationship with the hood.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Track number 5, "Standing on Ferraris." Straight off the bat, I'm going to say this is one of the weakest songs in the album, if not the weakest, in my opinion.
I'm going to have to agree with you on that one. Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of the song. It's all it's braggadocious.
Featuring Diddy, by the way.
It's all, it's basically shit-talking and bragging on this song, which, if you don't know yet, it's not my favorite thing about hip-hop. It's actually my least favorite thing. Diddy didn't really add anything to the song. Standing on Ferraris, you can get the gist of what the song's about and how the song goes.
Standing on, wait for it, Ferraris.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Yeah.
So I really don't have much to mention about this. It gets stale and the outro gets I do remember that.
Yeah.
I remember a lot of the songs on this album. They're good songs, and then they progressively get better and better. There were some songs in my top 5 off this album that at first I was thinking, wow, this is a good song, but not necessarily crazy. And then they progress, and then they get moved up to my top 5. For this one, this got progressively worse. That was my biggest issue with it. This is the only song that got progressively worse as I listened to it.
Now, to flip that, going to the next song, track 8, Dollar and a Dream, this one got progressively better and better and better. Don't sleep on this track.
When we listened to this, we were on opposite sides of the room on a couch each, listening to the laptop in the middle. And as this song went along, we just kept looking up from our notes, just looking at each other
whoa.
What?
Whoa, is this the same?
Yeah,
it's the
and
same
this
song?
is track 6, "Dollar and a Dream" featuring Absol. You might have said that, I wasn't listening. But
I didn't say Absol.
But I'm going to let you leave the notes on this, because I know this one has a special point in your heart.
Well, he used a J. Cole beat, and also the name of the song is "Dollar and a Dream," and J. Cole did $3 and a Dreams. He uses kind of the same beat. He uses he uses the same hook, where he just repeats "Dollar and a Dream." So I didn't think it was too creative there. That's why at the beginning I was just like, oh, okay, this is kind of a boring track. I've kind of heard this song before, but his rhymes get progressively better and better.
Absol.
He introduces Absol. Yeah, go ahead with that.
Absol just blew me away. I'm going to be super unprofessional and just read straight off my paper. But dope despite not using his own beat. The game was... it felt like very Documentary One-esque Game. It felt like classic Game, which is on this album. Although it's still Game, you can tell that he's kind of evolved. Yeah, and not necessarily. That doesn't mean that this song is in the past. It just means that it gives it kind of a homey feel.
It is a very within himself kind of track. It's very introspective. It's all about kind of him looking in within himself.
Very personal.
He's always talking about what he is at the first half of the song, and then what he's not in the second half of the song. he kept repeating, like, I think the line was, well, I don't have the line, but yeah, he talked about what he is and what he isn't. Obviously, Dollar in a Dream is like a rags to riches kind of story for him. Overall, dope song. It wasn't the best song because it had a weak start for me, but it finished really strong. Yeah. Absol brought it on this track.
One thing I want to say is one of the coolest parts about this is it has a very personal style, like we mentioned, but there's a contrast between being personal and also he calls out a lot of rappers, and I like that because it's very within himself, but also very out of himself. And then the last 2 minutes and 30 seconds of the song, where I'm not sure if it was a beat switch necessarily, but something happened and everything fucking changed. And I fell in love with the song the second we got there.
It's a dope song. Yeah, it's a pretty cool song. Next track is track 7.
That's why I said it. I wrote it down.
Made in America,
featuring Marcus Black. I don't know who that is.
Do you have anything to say about this song, positive wise?
This is the same
beat. Same beat that Dollar and Dream finished off with.
I knew they did this a second time. Yeah, they did the same thing they did with after the Kendrick song. I can't remember what it was called. On Me. They used the same hook and the same beat from the previous song, and this song goes on for way too long. This one wasn't a long song, but it kind of, because it added on to the previous song, it turned it into like a 10-minute song, and it was too much. Like I
lost my attention span during the song. It was super repetitive. It was okay. Really lyrics, the requires didn't have too much to offer. It was a weaker song. That's pretty much all I gotta say about that one.
It was again. I don't want to completely pitch out the song and be like, fuck you, because I actually love this album, and I think the majority of the songs in this album kind of had to stay there, very important to the EP.
Yeah.
But I didn't appreciate it as much as I wish I did.
Yeah, there's scenes in movies where you don't always enjoy the scenes. There's not a whole lot happening. This is the scene in this album where this
song was deleted scenes. When you go into like a menu on a DVD. That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
Hashtag featuring Dre Wall is track 8. What was that?
That's one where he sounds like Lil Jon.
Did you just like mouth something?
I said hashtag.
Oh, I thought you just looked at me and went, I just saw that in the corner of my eye. Okay. Hashtag featuring Dre Roll. Dre Roll's on this album, I think twice, I have to mention, and this song is not good.
He sounds like a cheap Lil Jon in this song, Jerry Roll. This is a bad first impression for me.
Shots
with
fired.
Him. Shots fired. Pow, pow. But it was like a harder kind of song, like hard lyrics on this. Like I said, he sounded like a cheap Lil Jon, like, kind of heavy, kind of vibe with it. But overall, like, I think it was a enjoyable song, but not like a 10 out of 10.
I didn't like Jerry Roll's part, but I thought the game was actually strong as fuck in this, especially starting off in this song.
He's strong as fuck on the entire album.
That's true, actually.
Yeah.
I thought it wasn't necessarily the song that I didn't like. It was parts of the song that I didn't like. And if honestly, like, this is not me being a dick in any way whatsoever, except for the fact that I'm gonna be a dick for a second. If they replaced Jerry Roll's part with like a different artist, if Will.i.am was on this instead of Jerry Roll, it would have made this so much better.
Yeah.
That's just, I don't
know. Lil Wayne. Put Lil Wayne on this song.
Man, you don't like Lil Wayne though. I fucking love Lil Wayne.
It's not that I don't like Lil Wayne.
Okay.
I don't think he's as great as people think he is.
Yeah. You ready for the next one?
Yeah, I'm ready.
This is a big one. Track number 9, Circles featuring Q-Tip.
Can we mention the skit before that?
But that's after this.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
What song?
The skit Uncle is 10.
Oh,
on track 9, Circles featuring...
Oh, right, yeah. I have that bend in my notes.
Circles featuring Q-Tip, Eric Belanger, and Shasha again, who I'm presuming is a girl now. Now that I'm saying this out loud, I do think Shasha's a girl, because we started off this song with a back and forth within the game, and the girl, or Shasha, I guess, and it gives it a very, like, it immediately from throughout the song we're telling a story, right, and we're hearing different parts, and it's witty, but it's also meaningful, and I really like that. And then we get a killer fucking beat change, really liked it. And then we get Eric coming in, and then Q-Tip comes on, not for long, but we get some Q-Tip, and fucking this, I love this song. Top 5 on the album, definitely.
I wouldn't put it in my top 5, but it's a fun song to listen to.
Yeah,
it's kind of an R&B vibe. It's like a girl's talking to the guy, and the girl are going back and forth about what they think about each other and things like that, and it's just like it's kind of like a fight.
Yeah.
Right, like a guy and a girl or in a relationship who are fighting against with each other. So yeah, it keeps it interesting that way, and it definitely tells a story. It definitely adds to the album. We talked about it before we went on. Like this song adds another layer to this album and gives it another face.
Those were his exact words, by the way. I even copied it in my notes, but he said that.
Yeah, so I think overall it does add to the album. It's not my top 5 by any means, and there's definitely other songs that I thought were better, but
yeah, this was cool. Definitely a good one though. Great switch up, adds a lot more. Now we got your fucking skit that you care about so much, apparently, Uncle, which is actually it was a nice skit. I thought it was a better skit than the intro was.
Yeah.
This one felt a lot more relevant in comparison to the album. And there's times throughout this album where there's times throughout this album where it feels like it's lacking substance. That could have been because like some of the songs we mentioned that we didn't necessarily like. But this skit gave it a lot more substance, and it felt like it gave the album like like a better feeling.
It definitely helped tell the story. He's picking up his uncle from the pool place or something like that.
Yeah, it's basically just like taking you through his crew and like his people, basically.
Yeah, and then this is basically right before he blows up, because this is where they mention, hey, I heard you're in the studio with Dre and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And this is before, I guess, his first album came out, because there's a couple of years there that he worked on this album with Dr. Dre, and this takes you into that spot. So it sets up the next few songs, and it takes you to the journey of being nobody to being who he is right now.
Being the fucking game.
Being the fucking game.
Track 11, Dedicated, with Future and somebody else, I think, but I just closed my thing. But Future nonetheless. Raw beat, it felt kind of Yeezus-y. Not like a hard Yeezus-y, but like I felt like there was Yeezus in there. But that might also be because I'm really slow. I'm not very good at these things. But I thought it felt Yeezus-y though. And
kind of like, yeah, but the actual subject matter of the song, like, or what the song's about in a way, is he's just basically like, he's fuck all these bitches kind of song. Like fuck all these bitches, get money kind of like Future kind of track.
And that's another thing I have to mention, because Future's on here. I'm not gonna say Future had a bad part, a negative effect, but it is a Future song, and the one thing with Future is that we often see that he's consistent, but too consistent, because he doesn't really evolve. Like if you have a Future verse, it's gonna be just as good as his last.
It's gonna be stock.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Future is a stock rapper. Yeah. Sorry, but.
Yeah, I don't think this is a particularly good song. It was an okay song. It's a pretty dope beat. Because it's a Future song, he always has good beats. Yeah, we can move on.
Bitch, you ain't shit.
Bitch, you ain't shit.
But the song is called track 12. Kind of gave me the same feeling as Circles did, because it was like funny and witty yet serious at the same time. But like a good song, I think. Maybe.
I feel differently about this song than you did. I think I remember this when we were taking the notes. I didn't really like the hook. It sounded old school for me, but not in a good way, not in like a classic vintage way, but like in an outdated, like they missed the mark on this one kind of way. That was my initial reaction. It's about dirty bitches, basically.
Now that I'm reading my notes instead of just like going off, I literally said, not too strong, not catchy, pretty weak, outdated verse. So I'm not sure why I said I liked it. We definitely agreed on that. This was the weakest, I think we said.
I did grade the other one a little bit lower. I did grade...
this guy fucking grades his songs.
Fucking Gadu, man.
Stuck in 1990.
I graded Standing on Ferrari's verse.
Yeah, actually that's fair. I didn't like that song. I couldn't vibe with that at all. Maybe because I never had a Ferrari. Maybe if we both owned Ferraris,
we wouldn't stand on it, probably.
I might. I do a lot of stupid shit.
You do. But it did have a good flow on the song, and Game did his job of rapping well. Again, this is not a song that I think that was crucial to the album.
Yeah.
But every song on this album had its part.
It was unlucky number 13, so that might explain a bit. But track number 14, Let Me Tell You, Move Off featuring Kanye West. He didn't like that this much. He can get into that, but I got the seat now. I fucking love this. I thought it was... Kanye didn't have a verse. I know this was actually another song, believe it or not, was supposed to be on Swish.
Oh, really?
And on Swish, he had a verse. but then he took the verse out and gave it to Game. Kanye's on the hook is like, lonely, let me know if you're feeling crazy. Like 808s, but like a new 808s. And I loved how I think the hook was great. The Game had like a different feel, but like also the same feel. It felt like slightly moving out of his box, but also like with the majority of the album feeling like classic Game.
Yeah.
And I love this. This is my favorite song off the album.
I think there's a little bit of bias from this dude.
That's not just because Kanye is internationally. I would be biased, but that isn't like if anybody was singing that hook, I'd be just over this song. I love the lyrics from the hook. I love the vibe. It's bouncy as fuck, and I have a weak spot for bouncy songs for sure. But I will
agree with you that it was bouncy as fuck, and it was a good song. Kanye brought another element again. Like I guess that's a common theme as this album goes on. It is like a documentary. The story changes, and you get different vibes, different sounds with different features that he had on this actual first disc. I thought Kanye was fresh though. I thought he made a good beat for this song. It's a faster paced kind of song, which was nice compared to like the previous songs that were more like feature kind of flowy songs. Honestly, this song wasn't anything special for me, to be honest. I wasn't overly impressed, and by the end, for me, it got stale.
I think you smell stale. Next track, The Documentary 2, track number 15.
It's an 80s type beat. This is DJ Premier.
Oh yeah, this has a cool intro. It's like,
I think we missed one, bro. Summertime.
How high are you? After Bitch You Ain't Shit, it was. Backtrack. Right before the Kanye one, and
after
before,
Bitch,
we had Summertime featuring Jerry Roll. This was the second Jerry Roll song we were talking about, where it was a lot better feel.
So good.
Jerry Roll's Second Chance makes up for it. And the hook and the beat were dope.
Hook was dope. The beat was dope. There's a piano there's a piano riff in the back of this beat. It's dope. Jerry Roll was definitely solid. He sings on this one rather than trying to like scream and like be Lil Jon or something like that. He sings on it. He actually has a really nice voice. It has an old school type beat, and they nailed it on this one. It was a feel good kind of vibe, I don't know, summertime. It's chill, it's relaxed, it's sitting on the porch and having orange juice. You know, it's a nice, cool, chill vibe. And I have a soft spot for that. You have a soft spot for bouncy beats. I have a soft spot for chill, feel good.
I had no complaints with this one. Someone like him, where I like the song and he shot me down, I'm gonna respect the fact that he enjoys the song and compliment it also without backhanding it. Next song, track 15, Documentary. I'm joking. Documentary 2, the one we're about to get to. It's like, bitch, press play, and that's the intro, and I love that. That makes me feel like I'm actually listening to a song where the fucking, like, whoever's playing it just clicks fucking play, and then it starts. I love that. That's cool. That gives it a really cool vibe.
He turns from a rapper to an MC on this song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's talking to you, and they tried something fresh with the beat on this one. It's produced by DJ Premier. Like, if you don't know, like, DJ Premier or Primo, you might hear like on songs people saying that. He's an awesome old school like 90s kind of producer. Awesome beat. I liked it. It was an 80s style kind of beat for me. It paid off, man. I think Game brought it. He came with sick bars. He came with sick lyrics.
Especially the last one. This is another one of those songs where it gets progressively better.
Yes.
This one, it wasn't super progressive until you hit the last verse, and then it was like, what is coming out of Game's mouth right now? But fucking good song. Fucking great song, actually.
Great
I'd say. Love this song, and especially the fucking last verse with the icing on the cake for me. Big fan.
Yeah.
Good.
Let's go into the next one. It's a little bit of a shorter, kind of interlude type of song almost.
New York, track 16. Fire.
Yeah, good lyrics.
The first thing that comes to mind, like flaming buildings, things like that.
Yeah.
Maybe like a burning tree. I don't know. Create a perfect length. I think it was like 2 minutes, so it didn't get like drawn out. Like a lot of the songs you have on this album that are very lyrically based tend to be drawn out, whether it's like carrying on to the next song or just within that song. But with this one, they had great bars, great lyricism, kept that night like short and sweet, 2 minutes long. I thought no complaints at all.
Good song, definitely. Yeah, I enjoy that. Next one was 100 featuring your favorite artist, my favorite artist, Drake. We're just
that's
joking.
not true. I mean, that's not me bashing Drake. I think he's great, but like not my favorite. Okay. Fucking first thing off this, we were listening to this before we started recording. After Circles. Fucking so catchy, and you expect that from like a Drake feature. You expect Drake to want to, I guess he sees the fact that if he's being featured on a big album, he wants to have like a catchy part.
Yeah. This single came out like a month ago, a month and a half.
It did.
Yeah.
I did not
It's been
know
out for
that.
maybe a month and a half, 2
I
months.
had no clue.
Yeah.
It's fucking dope though.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking big fan. It's a banger.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. We're going with banger.
Yeah.
It's a banger, boys.
Yeah.
We got a fucking banger on our hands. Cool hook too. Like the hook was the catchy part. Obviously, the verses aren't gonna necessarily be catchy.
Yeah. Even like I don't know. Drake's verse was okay on it. Like he gives his usual. Like I even wrote like Drake had cheesy bars, typical whiny shit
Yeah,
from Drake.
it was a little whiny.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's the one issue we had with Drake that I'm not sure if we decided whether or not we're gonna talk about. But I think we should. This song is titled 100, which necessarily would mean 100%. You're being real. You're being
authentic, genuine.
How real does ghostwriting get? No, okay. No, I'm not gonna go that far.
Whoa, shots fired, son.
No, I'm not gonna take it that far. But I don't like the idea of Drake rapping on a song titled 100. That's not me shit talking him.
Yeah.
But if you're a Drake fan, you can still see the issue there.
If you really listen to his lyrics, you really know that he's trying to put this idea in your head of what he wants you to think of him as a person behind the scenes, and that clearly is not who he is.
I mean, he might be that person now, but he hasn't always been that, and there may be a little fibbage in there. I don't know.
There is probably some fibbage, probably some over exaggerating in there, but nonetheless, he did really well on the hook.
Yeah.
And Game fucking socked this one out of the park, man.
Yeah, fucking.
He killed it.
When you say socked out of the park, first thing you say sock, I imagine a sock. And then you do that, so imagine a sock on your hand. And then you said out of the park, so imagine like he throws the ball and I'm hitting the ball.
He's wearing
with
a boxing glove.
No, it's a sock though. And he's like punches the ball, like breaks it. I don't know why that.
He nailed it. He hit it out of the park. Whatever the fuck you want to say, but I thought he brought it. He had crazy flow. He had good lyrics. He had good subject matter. He stayed on topic on this song. Yeah. Overall, awesome song and awesome beat.
Yeah,
super catchy.
You ready for the next one?
Yeah, let's go right into it,
Track
man.
number 18 is the second last one on the album. The first thing I want to say, it's a nice hook, but it gets old. And that was even before the verses stood out to me, the hook stood out to me just because by the second time the hook was coming on, I wasn't really feeling it. If the hook was a bridge that introed the chorus each time, I would have been able to feel it a lot more. But I don't know. I think they could have done more with this track. I think this track has more potential than just like being a good song.
Yeah. It's a carryover of the previous song. Like the other one song is 100, and this one, like a lot of it is about being the same and staying true to who he was after becoming famous. Now you're at the point of the documentary where he's getting to fame, and now he's staying true to himself. Yeah. He's staying true to the hood and whatnot. I like the song. It wasn't a bad song in any way.
No.
Yeah.
And the beat was really cool too. It was like a vibey, not bouncy kind of, but more just vibey than anything. Like when I say bouncy, I'm saying like Gold Link. When I'm saying vibey, I'm saying like Jay-Z.
Vibey, okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Swag.
No, not actually. No, Jay-Z's a bad example. I'm gonna say
Tribe. Tribe is vibey.
Yeah, Tribe is vibey. Gold Link is bouncy, and that's the terminology I'm using.
That's the measure.
Yeah, that's it.
I do want to point out that this song, I did like the subject matter of it. He's talking about staying true to who he was, but not in like a bragging kind of way, like I'm the shit, like he was on the previous song, but in a more meaningful kind of personal way. And
it feels
it's a feel good song.
He almost gives being 100 the feeling that it's a weight on his shoulder. That's what I got from it, at least. It felt like a burden that he was okay with carrying, but had to carry, and that was being true to himself.
Yeah.
And I know, that's what I got out of it. I don't know. Ready for them?
Yeah.
The last one. This is track number 19, LA. featuring Snoop Dogg and other people, Absol, fucking, I don't know who else, but there's gotta be another guy, I think. I really should have pulled it up right over there on my laptop. I fucking love this song. When fucking Snoop came in there.
Yeah, man.
Okay, no, before that was beat first. Beat's great. The beat's fucking, it's like a classic beat, right? It's the type of beat you'd expect on a Snoop song.
Yeah.
And then fucking we get Game, then we get fucking Snoop, and we looked up each other when Snoop came on. And
It's
we're
like, is this Snoop?
Yeah, like fucking.
Did somebody take this in a bottle from 1993 and then just like
Yeah,
spray
fucking
it on
like,
this track? Like, fuck.
actual fucking lyricism, like shit that actually rappers that you look at today probably might not be able to think of, and like shit that like it was fucking jaw dropping, and I loved that.
Classic Snoop. It's a classic type song. It's a feel good song again. I feel like to me it was.
It definitely
It's positive.
song. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like super refreshing to hear Snoop in
Yeah.
a really good song, which I haven't heard in a long time.
And also just you can't like, this is a given I guess, but the kind of right at the fucking end of the album giving you something super refreshing, super feel good, very smart, very well done, very well produced and thought out, and it's the fucking great outro to an album. Like you look at outros to albums, I think of Lost in the World, fucking none others. That's but it's fucking this is this is a great way to end the album nonetheless, and I'm a big fan.
Yeah, it was definitely like the big exclamation mark at the end of the album.
Yeah,
it was a good song for sure. And Snoop was the best part about it, I think.
It was like, okay, have you ever seen what's it called? Homeward Bound. Have you ever seen Homeward Bound? It's the talking animals, the talking pets that run away. No?
Sure.
Okay, Homeward Bound, anybody that has watched it, he's like household pets that run away because they got, like, they're given to different owners and they run away into the wild to try and find their old owners, have some issues on the way, but fucking, at the very end of one of the movies, I'm not sure which one it was, fucking, all the animals return to their owners, and they're like, oh, thank God they're all okay, oh my God, but wait, where's so-and-so? I think it was like the pit bull dog, and then you're looking around, and then you just see him running through the bushes, and he's all happy, and it's like right at the very last 20 seconds of the movie, you get this good, refreshing feel, and that's the first thing I thought of with this.
Dope.
Yeah,
That's pretty. Yeah, that's a good way, and it's fitting that you said it's a dog.
Yeah,
It's Snoop Dogg.
I could have been Lion, I guess. Snoop Lion.
Well, he's back to Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's go into our 5 favorite songs.
Top 5. Okay, I got top 6 just because I couldn't choose. I'm gonna be straight up. Usually I'm on point with top 5, so I got them all up here. I think way too much. Not very well, but I think a lot. But I have my top 6.
Okay, top 6. Okay. Should we work our way down, like from 6 to 1?
Sure, I'm okay with that.
Well, 5 to 1 for me.
Okay.
My number 5 favorite song on this one is the final song. I thought that was the dopest one, or one of the dopest ones, and number 5 for me. On Me is another song that I liked. That's track 1. That's one with Kendrick. Summertime, I thought was
Summertime
pretty
was
dope.
really
song.
good feels.
Yeah, and like since Jerry Roll came back with that one, I gotta throw him in here too. 100 is my second favorite song. That's the one with Drake. Don't Trip is the one with Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, Will.i.am. That's my number 1.
Really good.
Yeah.
Okay, 6. Summertime. Just because, vibey, fucking, I have a soft spot for vibey songs. On Me with Kendrick, just because fucking I also have a sweet spot for crazy lyricism, and that's where Kendrick comes in, and also Game brought it on that fucking song too. Then Don't Trip, it's Ice Cube, he just said that, good song. Circles, which is I like Q-Tip a lot, and I really I have the fucking the comedy, witty and serious at the same time, the beat switches, which I fucking this had a lot of elements that I usually drool over in a song all over at the same time, and that was cool. Then LA for number 2. I just fucking like that. I literally just because it makes me think of Homeward Bound, probably.
That's probably why.
And then Moolah for number 1, which I already said. I fucking.
That's pretty solid. Yeah, I think those are the ones if you're gonna be listening to on this album or just skimming through. Pay attention to those tracks.
And now.
Yeah.
And now. Move forward. Put your arms on the thing. That's more professional. we've rated almost every single album we've done, but that doesn't mean we have rated every album we've done. And I believe my Rodeo I gave a 6.5. Pharaoh Heights I must have given it like a 7 if I was smart.
At least a 7.
7.5. I'm gonna give Pharaoh Heights a 7.5. 8. I'm gonna give Pharaoh Heights an 8.
I think I gave it an 8 or an 8.5.
And then that other one I'm gonna
the Drake one I gave a 4.4,
and I gave it a 4.5 just because I wanted to be different.
Yeah.
And then this one I'm giving this an 8.5, almost a 9. I'm giving this an 8.7. I fucking love this album. I'll be like, it's an A album. Like if we're doing letter grades, it's an A.
Okay, and 86% is an A.
Yeah.
So that's a fair assessment. I think the first time I listened to it, just thinking of it right off the bat, I gave it a lower mark than I'm about to give it right now. But now that I think about the album holistically and just been talking about it and all the things I liked about it, and overall, like, it is an album that I think I'm gonna remember for a long time.
Especially if you're really into the doc. Yeah, if the documentary 1 meant a lot to you, this album is automatically going to also, just because like it's a new game, but it's same game, and it almost feels like it kind of makes these separate documentaries feel like two-parters as opposed to separate documentaries. You know what I mean?
It definitely feels like the same project, like you know.
But like still evolved though.
Yeah, it's more evolved, and it's about the documentary. The first album was one version of it. Now it's a longer look back, and I think he brought it on this album. You gave this 8.7.
8.7.
I'm gonna give this one an 8.25.
Okay.
I really liked it. I'm harder to please, I guess. A little bit more pickier than this guy, but I'm gonna give it 8.25, and that's like out of the ones we've reviewed so far, this one and the Lupe album, Pharaoh Height or the Mixtape or whatever, were kind of like equal almost, because they like what he lacked on that album, Lupe,
which was like production, length,
and
times
sounding dope,
and overly. I think the one issue I had with Pharaoh Heights is a little overly complicated sometimes, but that's Lupe. You can't criticize that. You expect that from Lupe.
It's a mixtape. It was a passion project for him, and
exactly.
Passion project for us too. And this one was well. I was happy with it. 8.25, 8.7. There you have it. Definitely listen to this album.
Yeah, really though. Fucking give it a whirl.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Fuck off, motherfuckers. No, we love you. Like this video, please, and subscribe.
He has no idea that I'm gonna cut it where I said fuck off. How great is that?
Like and subscribe.
Okay, that was awesome. I'm not gonna cut it either.
I know. Don't even cut all this. This is all part of it. This is. Hi, Mark. When listening to this, the game really sounded like Biggie. Like you haven't listened to a lot of Biggie.
No.
Like you said, but you should get on that.
I listened to a few songs. It's not like a lot.
Yeah, like he flows to me. It sounds like he's trying to flow like Biggie, like on purpose, and you're kind of supposed to know that. And I think he does overall a good job, but it wasn't really like anything too standoutish. It's not a song that I would naturally want to be like, hey, I want to hear that song again.
I do remember.
To be honest with you, but it's a good album.
I do remember the good album song.
Yeah,
but I do believe. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the one of the only issues I had with it was where at first the continuation of the previous beat was cool. I feel like a beat switch, which we actually got later on in the album, but a beat switch in this song would have meant a lot, I think, because it does get kind of drawn out. Not necessarily boring, kind of boring. Actually.
It's boring. It gets boring after a while. It definitely does. It gets repetitive for sure.
Repetitive. That's the word I was looking for. It gets repetitive. But like at first, it's an aggressive beat, right? So at first, like whether or not you want to, you're gonna feel it and you're gonna vibe with it. But it doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't feel right for the entirety of it. You ready for the next one?
Yeah. Let's go into Don't Trip.
Don't Trip with Ice Cube, Dre, and will.i.am. I like this one. This is in my top 5 off the album, actually.
Yes, same here. It was in my top 5 too. Pretty dope beat. The only thing I could say criticism-wise I didn't like about it was just like, I don't know, will.i.am sometimes gets annoying for me.
Really?
His voice and just the way he delivers is not always fun to listen to over and over again. It's like the Black Eyed Peas, like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? will.i.am was the best thing and the most annoying thing on Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah. He was very well dressed though. And I guess you can't really tell that from the song, but like he was, if it helps, he's a very well dressed individual. the fucking what about it?
The beat was dope.
Catchy. I said that.
Yeah, it was hella catchy.
Apparently, it's not that catchy though, because unlike a lot of the songs in this album that I said were catchy, I can't actually remember this beat. But
it was a good beat.
Scratches this beat.
I would say.
Well, you expect that from Kendrick.
Yeah, and even Game too.
I was more impressed by the Game's lyricism than Kendrick's. That's simply because Kendrick always brings bars, and the Game is not like bad by any means. Don't get me wrong. He's just not known for having crazy lyricism. He's just known for being the Game.
Yeah.
Which you have to respect. Track number 3. I have to check because I have a bad memory.
With Dej Loaf.
It's probably Dayloaf.
No, it's...
Is it Dej Loaf?
Yeah.
Dej Loaf.
You wanna try me, that song? That's...
Also Shasha, who we can't decide if it is a guy or a girl. Presuming girl. But
sounds like a girl.
The first verse of the song was crazy. I'm gonna start it off like that. Can't remember what it was, but I definitely wrote it down. So great verse. Then the beat. That was the one issue we had with this. The beat continued from the previous song.
I think it was a better version of that beat, or just like it changed a little bit. I think in a better way. Overall, I think that it was a good song, and like one thing that caught my ear.
Hello and welcome to our. Is this our third or our fourth? I believe
this is our third. We've done Travis Scott, we've done Drake, and we've done the Lupe one. So this is number 4.
So I was right. And when you buttered in and said third, you were actually incorrect.
You were asking me, bro.
Okay. Anyways, this is big fan. It hasn't actually came out yet, so don't ask how we're doing this. This is the documentary too by The Game, and
this is movie magic. That's what it is. This is
incredible. Okay, I'm not gonna get into that yet. We're gonna talk about the tracks. We got a track by track ready for you guys. Ready?
Yeah, let's do this, man.
Ready? Then
Brandon is ready and Alex is ready.
Track number 1, intro. It's an intro. It's just like your classic intro, people talking, some form of a conversation, but it doesn't necessarily seem relevant unless you were getting something I wasn't. No.
Not like if you're just listening to that, it just kind of sets the tone for the album. There's like there was a confrontation almost.
Yeah,
sounded like.
I can't even remember what it was. We probably should listen. Anyways, nothing special, but I'd say it's important because it adds to the what's the word, substance. It adds to the substance of the album.
Yeah. Exactly.
Track number 2. This song leaked. I'm not sure if it was leaked or if it was dropped. This is the Kendrick one. This is On Me. Yeah. First thoughts. You can go first because I'm talking a lot.
It's super introspective lyrics in this one. It's Kendrick, and even Game comes with some introspective kind of themes as well. I thought Kendrick killed it on this song.
Absolutely. Yeah.
As he always does usually, but I don't know. This is his type of track. And Game fared well, pretty good on this track as well, next to Kendrick, and overall it was a good kind of bouncy, fun to bob your head to kind of song.
Yeah, it was a really nice beat, and like it was the type of beat where it's not like a lot of beats are well produced, but not necessarily. I want to say catchy, but I have a better word for it. I can't think of it.
Bouncy.
But I don't know. But it was a dope beat. It was bouncy, and it was also catchy, which is like all 3 aspects of a really sick beat. And Kendrick killed it.
Good lyrics.